These are some leftovers of what me and my mom had to eat around 7:45 p.m. We went to the Wegmans by my mom's place for a brief grocery shopping trip. After my mom picked me up from the Wegmans I worked at today. During the brief grocery shopping trip, I went in myself after being given some money. And I got a smallish white onion, a smaller pack of sushi, though it was still pretty big. The white onion was only meant to be sauteed in order to flavor the gravy that the pork chops were cooked in. That smallish white onion was used to provide flavoring. To go with the pork chops. Though before I got those groceries, I first bought 4 pairs of Eclipse glasses at the customer service desk. I paid for the 4 pairs of eclipse glasses, the 4 eclipse glasses in total. One for me, my parents, and my sister. So we'll all be able to safely watch the total eclipse next month. My shift today was from 12:30 p.m. to 6 p.m. 12:30 p.m. to 6 p.m. during which I restocked the hard items area of the produce department, which is essentially our various onions and potatoes. Those products, though I recall starting with the banana section of the produce department. And in fact, before I could restock the banana section the first time, I had to reload the banana runner. And thankfully, this banana runner was long enough to comfortably hold 3 stacks of banana boxes. Rather than being able to hold 2 stacks comfortably and kind of having to force a third one on. By putting the banana boxes on there either sideways or at a slant. I had to reload that banana runner with full banana boxes, 3 stacks of 4. Before I could restock the banana section of the produce department the first time. I recall roughly from about 3:15 p.m. to 5 p.m. I restocked the mushroom section of the produce department. And did just that aside from briefly restocking some bulk apples. Which is ahead of the mushroom section. Which is ahead of and to the side compared to the hard items section, which is ahead of the banana section, and the banana section is at the very back of the whole produce department. There was a point in which I briefly restocked some bulk apples. I don't recall exactly what breed of apple they were. But I briefly restocked some bulk apples to assist a coworker who started restocking those bulk apples as I was restocking the mushroom section, since for the mushroom section, unlike hard items and bananas, you can't just put them on. You can't just restock them. You're also supposed to rotate them. So that merchandise with an earlier sell-by date or best-by date is ahead of merchandise with a later sell-by date. And much of the products on the mushroom section can be ahead vertically or horizontally. And there were quite a few flat boxes of various packaged mushrooms of different kinds and sizes on that one mushroom runner I was given to restock the mushroom section with. that runner also had the 2 boxes of bulk apples, from which that coworker started restocking one breed of apple within the apple section of the produce department, and then I finished for them. After I noticed they had walked away somewhere, I took my one and only 15-minute break today at 5 p.m., which is earlier than I would otherwise, which is to do it upon reaching at the last half hour of my shift, during which I had with a 16-ounce bottle of Upstate Farms branded whole milk, a sushi combo pack, that me and my mom got during the same grocery shopping trip at the Wegmans by her place, that we got the pork chops. I took my one and only 15-minute break around 5 p.m. and it was around 5:15 p.m. because I started taking my first 15-minute break about a handful of minutes after 5 p.m. So I had the sushi and milk around 5:15 p.m. I think I was first suggested that I could take my 15-minute break after I finished the mushrooms. I think I was first suggested that around 4 p.m. But then by the time I was done with the mushroom section, it was around 5 p.m. And so I had a thought to just do the one more half hour before reaching the point I would usually take my 15-minute break. But then I was suggested I take my 15-minute break at the time I ultimately did by another coworker, and so I ultimately decided to do that. Presuming that at that time there wasn't much work to do on the floor of the produce department anyway, if I was being suggested that. I recall waking up for today around 9:30 in the morning. Then it was around 11 in the morning when I had two of the leftover donuts me and my dad got from a local Dunkin' Donuts the other day, and then my dad gave to me to bring over from his place to my mom's place yesterday. In this case, I had a French curler and a standard chocolate glazed with 4 eggs worth of scrambled eggs. I recall prior to that, right before, around 10 to 10:30 in the morning, I had a cup of plain coffee. The milk I had just now is all 2% because currently we only have a gallon of 2% milk. We'll have to get a new gallon of whole milk tomorrow. And during the first hours of today, I had some of the leftover Halloween candy that we gave out to passing trick-or-treaters last Halloween, which at this point is essentially all Reese's products, a combination of Reese's Pieces, Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, Reese's Pumpkins, and I saw one Reese's White Chocolate Ghost, though I didn't have that today.